CNN's technical director, Charlie Chester, said the media company's next focus will, quote, that they will beat to death like they did with the pandemic, will be climate change. Let's take a look.
We're going to start focusing mainly on climate, climate like global warming, and like that's going to be our next like I don't know, like what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be our focus. Our focus was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was, right? So our next thing is going to be for climate change awareness.
So that's like the next
pandemic like story that will beat to death. But that one's got longevity. You know what I mean? It's not like there's a definitive ending to the pandemic, or it'll taper off to a point that it's not a problem anymore. Climate, I think, is going to take years, so they'll probably be able to milk that for quite a bit.
I guess my immediate reaction to that video is that that's not a very good strategy. Like, CNN is going to hemorrhage viewers even more because, the climate change has been an issue for years, and it's been something that's been covered for years and years and years. It doesn't have the pandemic came out of nowhere, right, and then was a very dominating media storyline. Trump's kind of sudden lurch into the political sphere and all of that as well was a different kind of story. Like, climate change is not a new story, so I don't, if they're really planning to just change to like all climate change news all the time, I think many more people will tune out than are already tuning out. But and you always have to take with a grain of salt. That's another Project Veritas video where they,
Right.
it's interviewing not the head of CNN, but somebody who works there and agreed to go out for drinks, and then was kind of ranting about their workplace to over drinks with someone they did not know was an undercover conservative activist. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't think it's quite the own that Project Veritas thinks it is. As far as as far as making it new or making it something people would watch, I've always thought that people could report on climate change in a way that was interesting and that got people to watch. Think about how much they focus on the weather and they show these extreme images. But the problem is that the reporting on climate change can't ever really go after the culprits, because they can't expose the way that certain industries or sponsors of the networks are perpetuating this.
That's interesting.
So that would require a different kind of reporting.
Yeah, they do that kind of reporting sometimes. I think it's not, well, I don't know if they do it at CNN or not, but they, there's good investigative reporting on climate stuff, but I don't know. It always has a kind of a sensational bent to, not sensational because I know it does matter, and I know climate change is real and it's affecting our planet, but sometimes the level of, I think personally, you might disagree, that the level of Earth is doomed, there will be no life on this planet will be uninhabitable in 12 years or something, and then that doesn't come to pass, and then a certain amount of people, it sounds very sky is falling. Like, there's a range, right, in how bad the outcomes from climate change will be, from like kind of bad to really bad, and we don't know exactly where we're going to land in that, and if we do something, because I know some big, climate change is the most important issue. People who are like, it's too late. We're already screwed. Nothing can be done. We're a fallen people, and our judgment day is upon us. Where it's like, okay, then why bother doing anything at all then?
We can maybe put off Judgment Day, delay it a little bit. I would agree with you, though, that there should be more, I can't believe I'm going to say this word, I hate this, nuanced reporting on it, though, because of the, like you were, like fatigue, the sky is falling fatigue. I think you're right that a lot of people who are climate change skeptics hear something that's predicted or promised, and then it doesn't come to fruition, which is good, because I'm glad we can still live and breathe the air on this planet. But I think that there needs to be better explainers about what things will look like, how we're not sure about the timeline, but these are the trends, and this is something that could happen, and certainly we want to do everything to prevent that, because it is scary, and these heat waves are deadly, literally deadly.
Yeah, well, I'm on board with that. All right, we'll be back with more Rising right after this. Stay tuned.